What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and I had a request to take a closer look at the lit deck protectors on these control panels, specifically the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet that I have, so I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at it now. So when you undo the 4 screws that hold the control panel in place, you can see that it's a sort of a wedge-shaped plastic housing that actually houses or encloses the LED strip. There's a wire that runs out of the side back into the PCB where it gets power. You've got 5 screws on the bottom that actually retain the entire housing, or they secures it in place, I should say. And then it's beveled on the back to match the angle of your monitor support panel. So let's go ahead and take the joystick handles off, and then we can take the deck protector itself, the plexiglass portion out, and you'll see that it actually has some printing on it as well, some white outlines for the buttons and the the 8-way or 4-way joystick. I don't like the way the first and second player symbols don't really line up with what's printed on the control panel itself. When you overlay it, it's sort of off. Just a small nitpick. You can see the LED strip faces towards you, sort of perpendicular with the surface of the control panel. Now as we zoom in, you can actually see the individual LEDs that make up the strip, sort of facing forward. And the switch that cycles through the different colors is to the right there. It's sort of incorporated into that housing. It's got a nice little Arcade1up logo embossed on the actual plastic housing itself. But you see, without that plastic protector there, it just shines, directly in front of the strip itself, and that's it. It doesn't illuminate anything, so it really relies on pointing at that edge of that plexiglass to transfer that light all the way through. So the specific question was, could someone replicate this? Could someone just build this and add this to their existing Arcade1up? Sure, like anything, you could build this. You would have to modify the wood that makes up the control panel. You would, because typically that would extend and press up against the monitor support panel, and then it would be beveled, so you would have to sort of cut that flush, and then without plastic injection molding to make up this housing, you would have to come up with some sort of bracket, maybe something out of aluminum, to get that, to give yourself a flat face to mount the LED strip on, and then you'd have to find a way to cover that LED strip in a way that looks good. So yes, you could make this, but it's not really feasible. I think for the price of the materials and everything, it would be kind of cost prohibitive. So if you have the opportunity to purchase one of these, the actual lit deck protector, I think you'd do that maybe off of another machine, or check eBay. As of the recording of this video, Arcade1up is not offering these, which is kind of sad. This would be a really sweet upgrade for almost every cabinet that they offer. So hopefully that's something they will offer in the future. You can see I'm just sort of cycling through the colors. I say that it's really it's a neat feature, especially when the arcade, you're not playing the machine and you're sort of in the room. It's nice to have that light there, but when you're playing the game, you're not really focused on it, and it doesn't distract me, but I can see where it could possibly be distracting. But the monitor's so bright, and of course you're focused on the action, looking straight forward, that it's not that big of a deal. But one thing you'll notice that it does highlight every flaw within that deck protector. So you can see that the screws, they've been over tightened slightly, and as thin as this material is, you're going to have a little bit of spidering or cracking, and every little flaw shows up when you shine light through this thing. You can see every screw, even though those aren't technically cracks, a little bit of stress there. And of course the smudges and the fingerprints and all that show up like crazy, with that light shining through. Let's go over and take a look at the, my Ninja Turtles cabinet. Now, they have giant cracks. I don't know if this is thinner than the stuff they're using now, but it's cheaper quality for sure. So I cracked every single screw that I put in here. But you can't really tell because I'm not shining a light through it. You're not putting a spotlight on your flaws or your problems there. So something to consider when you're thinking about this upgrade. It looks great overall. Is it necessary? No, nothing's really necessary. Does it add a lot to the experience? I say it adds a lot to your arcade room when you're not playing the cabinet, when it's just sitting there. Cycling through the colors is pretty cool. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Was this video helpful for you? Are you interested in getting a lit marquee? Would you be interested if Arcade1up offered one and gave us all the ability to add this to all of the cabinets that we currently have? Anyway, once again, comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. The growth recently has been awesome. I really do appreciate it. So as always, stay tuned to the channel for more projects. And this Sunday, we're going to be talking about the status of my Midway Legacy cabinet. Where's it at? Well, you'll find out this Sunday on the live stream. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. I will see you next time.